Hey everyone, it's Cindy, Kyle, and Marlena. We're here to answer any questions you have in regards to this week. We're going to talk about, well, we have self care and we also have feng shui, but we're going to talk about creating space. We've been getting a ton of questions in regards to creating space in your head and in your heart, in your home. We've been also getting questions. I know Marlena's been getting questions in her uh, paid groups and her free groups about feng shui. So, Marlena, hi, how you doing today? And we're going to start by saying hello to everybody. But Marlena, say hello and whatever else you want to say. You know how it goes here. We're here.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Well, anyway, I am Marlena, your feng shui advisor. And actually, today we are going to be talking a lot about organization and decluttering. And I'm going to call you, Coach Cindy, the organizational coach, because you are absolutely awesome at organizing people's lives in every area. From working alongside of you, I'm now going to label you as the organizational coach.
Well, thank you. I am certified in, I am a professional organizer and stager. I've been one for well over 20 years. I have been doing self care for about 7, 8 years now, full time. Prior to that, I was always practicing self care in the best way for myself and for my overall well being. And that's why I decided to share more because, and I apologize for all the noise. There's new construction going on around me, so I have no control over that. But anyway, um, I'm here to help and serve in any way I can, but we have to serve ourselves first in order to serve others in the best way. So I wanted to talk a little bit, Marlena, today, a little bit about creating space in the areas of your home and in all the overall realm of feng shui and self care and just combine it a little bit. It sounds like a lot, and it is a lot. So we got over 30 questions, believe it or not, Marlena. And I know we're not going to get through them all, but we are going to go through a few of them. And I'm probably going to have to go back to the questions on each page. I just wanted to, and I just wanted to tell you all that Marlena's going to talk for a minute because I
Yeah,
just had someone come to the door and I'll be right back. Okay. I apologize, Marlene. I'll be right back.
that's right. Go ahead, take care of it. Everyone who's listening right now, you can jump on the YouTube channel on Coach Cindy Keel or Kyle Coaching. That's going live right now. Also, jump on the stream so that you can send in your questions or comments. We're looking forward to assisting every listener here today. And Coach Cindy is back in her wonderful, lovely chair.
I'm having some work done around the house and they're coming when they can. So it's all good. It's all good. So with that, Marlene, I missed what you said. What were you saying a minute ago?
I was, inviting everyone to jump on your YouTube channel right now. Jump on the StreamYard live here. I don't actually know how they can connect with StreamYard, so we can get more.
What they can do is if they're in any of our social streets, so Marlene's Feng Shui community, you're live. Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, um, we're everywhere. YouTube, we're everywhere. So wherever you're listening in on, whether you're listening in live to us or you're listening to the replay, um, we're here. And so what I wanted to say is if you have any questions, whether you're live listening now, thank you for being here. We are humbled and grateful that you took the time to invest in yourself and in your overall well-being. So we're everywhere. You don't need our stream link or anything like that. And as long as you're in one of our groups, paid or not paid, you will be able to listen to us live. And Marlena and I decided to do this Q&A because of the overwhelming questions that we get on a regular basis. So that's why we're doing this. We normally only do this with our group coaching sessions and their paid groups and in our paid groups. So we have decided to do this as a beta test to see how many people need our help. And it's apparent there's so many out there. So we welcome you. And again, we're going to talk a little bit about space. And I'm going to begin by talking about my personal experience with being overwhelmed with clutter, mental clutter, physical clutter. I don't know about any of you, but when you walk into your home, how do you feel? Whether you're coming home from work, you're coming in from going out somewhere, how do you feel when you walk in your front door? Do you feel like, holy shit, I am just overwhelmed with all this stuff that's in the way, and you got to walk over stuff and you got to move stuff to get through? That's not the way to live. And I used to be like that. I was a shopaholic. And a lot of you are. Everybody is a shopaholic in one way, shape, or form throughout their life. I don't give a crap who you are. And so I collected clothing, shoes, knickknacks, all kinds of stuff so I could fit in. I liked labels so I could fit in. Well, it took a long time for me to get over that and say the hell with that. And so throughout all the moves I've done, and I've done well over 45 moves or more, and I've done 6 in the last year and a half. So I can tell you, I know how to simplify and declutter a home mentally, here, and in your home. So I'm going to tell you by personal experience, until you get rid of all the things that are getting in the way to your best life, you're never going to have a best life. And we only get 86,400 seconds, folks, every day. So you want to use that time having joy and peace and calm in your life and being able to be, do, and have everything you want in your life. So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. And since I have decluttered, my life is amazing. When you have things that weigh you down and pressures that weigh you down, you are just feeling overwhelmed, stressed, burnt out. And I don't want you to feel that way. And I know Marlena doesn't want you to feel that way. So that's why we're here, to share from our experiences and share what we have done. You do you, and you do what you want, but you're here for a reason. And it isn't just to pass time away, I hope. I hope it's here for you to get guidance and support from our communities and from Marlena and I. So with that, Marlena, do you have anything to say in regards to your feng shui or anything as a whole before we begin answering questions for folks?
Well, the first thing I want to do is thank everyone for being here and give a good shout out to those that have sent in their questions for us. All right.
Gosh.
Now, there are, like you said, a lot of questions. I'm looking at about 30 right
Yeah,
now.
I got about 35.
Right. So that's okay. That's not clutter. Okay.
No.
Some people say, it's cluttering up their email box. That's another story. All right, we can declutter our email box with delete. But how do you delete, all right, the clutter? in your space is what we're going to talk about. So let me get right into these questions, Coach Cindy, because I want people to receive, some solutions which are quick and easy. Okay, so let me start out with the first question we received last week. They typed in, how do I effectively declutter my living room without feeling overwhelmed?
I personally would do it in small steps. I don't know what is in your living room, so I'm going to just assume that you have maybe magazines, paperwork, books, uh, toys if you have children. I would get some bins and I would take, if you had toys or magazines, and I'd put them in there. But before I put them in there, I would decide, do you keep them? Do you donate them? Do you recycle them or do you throw them away? That's what I would recommend. But I would do one thing and get a habit in place. Start doing that as a, I would begin as a weekly habit. So every day, do one thing to make your space a little more open. Um, that's what I recommend. I hope that helps.
Yes. Also, make sure there's nothing in the walkway, like when you're, going to walk through, especially at night. I remember my dad, and he knew the coffee table was there, and every night he would get up and bang his toe and do the toe dance. All right, in the middle of the night, and wake us all up, and we're like, move the table. But he refused to move anything. He was a stubborn clutter bug. So I called him the toe dancer. All right. And I'm sure a lot of us have done that toe dance randomly, but we move the
Yeah.
item, right?
Yeah, been
Right?
there, done that.
Get wise and you move that item or you put your shoes on before you walk. Yeah, so toe dancers out there. Let's have a little joy. I always add joy to my calls. All right. So here's question number 2 from a beautiful questioner. What's the best approach for organizing a small kitchen that has limited storage space in it?
Okay, so depending on what, see, I don't have before and after, before pictures or anything like that. So I'm going to assume that they have limited counter space and whatnot. I would, if you have any big appliances, I would put them underneath, or hopefully you have some kind of closet off your counters. So when you walk into your kitchen, it isn't got a toaster, a microwave on it, and this, that, and the other thing. Um, that's what I would recommend. It's hard to tell you how to clear your clutter in your kitchen, whether you have a small, medium, or large kitchen, when I don't have a vision of it. First thing I would do is take everything off the counter and then decide again. Get your boxes out of your bins. Keep, donate. You can sell it too, or throw it away. Recycle, throw it away. They are your options. And then I would buy small bins. There's nice wicker bins you can get online, Amazon, Walmart, the dollar store. I've gotten a lot of nice wicker bins, and I put my things in there and make it look pretty and display it. But I don't have a lot of stuff. And then the next thing I would do, here's another thing I would do. Pull out your drawers one day at a time. Take out all your spatulas, all your spoons. How many do you need? There's so many people out there right now that need things. They need everything. They have lost everything or don't have anything. We are so blessed that we are able to have these things. And if you have 5 spatulas, what the hell do you need 5 spatulas for? You need one. Give the others away. Donate them. The Veterans Hall, the homeless shelter, Goodwill. And if you need the money, consignment shops, garage sales. Or if they're all beat up and, oh, I'm going to use it because throw it away, recycle it. That's what I recommend. And that will make your space larger and bigger and easier and less stressful. So I hope that helps.
Yeah, what I did in the kitchen was got these hooks that go over the cabinet door, and I hung my towels over there for when I wash my dishes instead of having the towels on the counter,
Mm-hmm.
because they were all wet.
Yeah.
So they need to dry on something. And those little things were, a couple dollars.
Mm-hmm.
You
The
know,
dollar store.
well, Big Lots had them,
Oh,
and
yeah, that's right. I forgot about Big Lots. Yeah.
Amazon has, they just hang right over the door of your cabinets, right? So for those people that have, dish soap and hand soaps and, these baskets, you can get baskets as well that do that.
And you organize your stuff with the baskets. I do that with all my cleaning supplies. All my blow dryer and all that is in a wicker basket.
Mhm.
But all my other stuff, cleaning supplies, I've purchased at the dollar store, folks. Some at the end of the year they sell 2 for 1, 3 for 1.
Mhm.
You can get them, or you can purchase them at the Container Shop. You're going to pay a lot more. Big Lots has them. Amazon has them. Walmart has them. Your local grocery store has them. But I'm a big advocate. I like to shop at the thrift stores in the town where I live. I want to give back to my community. If they're having a garage sale, I go, and sometimes I donate stuff and say, go ahead and sell it. Here's my number. If you don't, I'll come back and I will recycle it or discard it. I don't keep it, but I donate. The last move, I donated 22 bags of stuff. And I'm talking hefty garbage bags, folks, not little bags. Not little bags, hefty garbage bags, just to give you an idea of how much crap I accumulated. And it's not good for you to accumulate all that stuff because you have to move it, you have to dust it, you have to clean it. Why would you want to do all that? You don't. You really, truly don't. And I don't want to get into, well, I will get into it. How about when you're called home and your family has to deal with that stuff? It's not fair to them. It truly isn't.
Mhm.
And I don't care if you like what I say or not. It's the truth. It's the truth. And I've gone through it with clients, and it's not easy. It's not easy. But you know what? You gotta get rid of it. It isn't somebody else's job to get rid of your stuff. It's up to you. You purchased it, or you collected it, or got it from someone and you didn't really want it. Why don't you repurpose it and give it as a gift to someone else? You need a simple life, folks. You need a simple life so you can be, do, and have everything you want. And collecting shit is not one of them. Pardon my language, but no, don't pardon my language. It's the truth. And I also want to say if any of you have any questions, please feel free to put them in the comments. We'll be more than happy to answer them in between as well. We're here to help you as well. So I hope that answered one of the many questions, and I did go on different things. But it's extremely important to just tell the truth. I mean, clutter just clutters your life. It weighs you down. You got to carry it with you wherever you go. Just picture it as a big, huge, heavy garbage bag, and you got it over your shoulder and you're dragging it with you. That's what you're doing. So,
Yeah, so let me pop down to this question. which
Sure.
which goes right along with that. All right. Because I get this question a lot, all right? And what is the best strategy for decluttering sentimental items without feeling so guilty?
Okay. Been there, and it wasn't easy. But here is what I have done. You can do whatever your little heart desires. Take, for example, the vase, the trinket, the piece of jewelry, or jewelry box full that grandma left you, or your mom left you, or your sister left you, or whoever it is that left it to you. Have you worn it? Have you displayed it? If you haven't and it's sitting in a damn box or in your basement or in a garage or in a storage unit, it's time to get rid of it. That's not what they would want. It's not what they would want. Take a picture of it, video it, and let it go. That's what I have to say about it. And I'll leave it at that because I can go deeper, but that'll be in a workshop or my upcoming workshop or master class I'm going to have on it. So
Yeah.
anyway, go ahead. We're not good because I could spend
True.
days on it.
I
Just
get
on that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I get that. There's a lot to all this organization, and it's a skill that you start to utilize. Okay. Now, I'm going to jump into the question that everyone should be looking at, okay, in your home. How do I organize a messy closet and then clean order over time? Now, Coach Cindy knows a lot about the closet because she was a closet shopper who had over 1,000 pairs of shoes. So let's hear what she has to talk about your messy closet.
Okay. Everybody has a messy closet. If you don't, maybe you're just on here to get some more tips, and that's great. Thanks for being here. I had a closet, as Marlena said, I had over 1,000 pairs of shoes. I had, if you remember, for those of you baby boomers like myself, Mini Pearl on Hee Haw with price tags. I had closets full of crap with price tags on them. And so what I've done over the 40 plus moves that I've done, and every time I move, I do the same thing. I need you to take the sections. If you have a small closet, that's great. Take everything out of your closet, throw it on your bed, or throw it in your living room. Or if you live in a studio apartment, I'm not quite sure, but we're going to divvy it down to that. Put everything out. Then I want you to get your 3 bags or boxes or 4. You're going to keep it. You're going to donate it. You're going to sell it, throw it away, or recycle it. They are your choices. There shouldn't be any other choices. The other thing I do, if you've had it for over 90 days, you're going to wear it someday, donate it, sell it. They're your choices. You got, or give it away. There are so many homeless people in this world. There are so many people that are going without. There are so many people that have had natural disasters. Give the stuff away. Sell it on Marketplace on Facebook. Take that money and donate it to charity. Put it in your savings account. Open up a Roth IRA. So after you've done that and you have the rest of the clothes there, I want you to organize it to whatever way you want, but this is how I do it. Spring, summer, winter, fall. You separate it. Then you're going to color coordinate it in white, green, peach, black, purple. I don't care what color it is. I want you to separate it by color. I want you to separate it by short sleeve and long sleeve shorts and pants, skirts and dresses. You see how complicated this can all be? That's why I have workshops. That's why I have master classes. That's why I coach people on this. And once you do that, let me tell you, your closet is going to be less and you're going to be less stressed and you're going to feel good. You know why? Because you have served others in the best way, but you had to serve yourself first in the best way. And that is what I recommend. And that's a synopsis of it. I go into more detail than that, but I hope that helps. And if you have any questions in regards to that or anything we discussed or anything you want help with, put it in the comments. Or if you do it on the replay, put it in the comments. We will respond to you either right away or next week in our next live session. We are doing this every Friday, unless it's a holiday, at 12 noon Eastern Standard Time, here live on all of our social media streets. And we have different topics every week, but in the realm of self-care as a whole and your overall well-being, and Feng Shui is incorporated in that because that helps you in your overall well-being as well. In regards to, we complement one another. Plus, we're business partners, but we do complement one another. So with that, that's what I had to say on that subject. So I hope that helps. And that goes along with shoes as well. And I'll go into more detail with workshop, masterclass, boot camp, whatever I decide to do next. But anyway, Marlena, go ahead. Because I can go on, as you can see.
Yeah, and that's fine. I mean, people are getting a lot of good information here. And knowing that we are down to earth and real, okay? We had issues as well, and that's why we can support people now. We are basically clutter free, all right? We maintain the organization to the best of our ability, all right? Sometimes, you get some clutter, all right,
Oh, yes.
from somebody else that, is living with you, okay, a spouse, a child, whatever. Sometimes your dog or cat, all right, can be, helpful in getting rid of some of that clutter. You wouldn't believe it. They'll, chew something apart and they're like, "Get it out." Right?
But
So,
they can also be part of the clutter reason.
yeah, that too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some people think like, I got to have 80 toys for this cat.
And outfits. Let's not forget the
yeah,
outfits
they
and the
dress them up.
shoes and the boots and
Yeah,
everything else that go. Yeah.
I know
goes
about
with
that.
pets as well. Yeah.
I had a little dog, a Chihuahua, and I dressed her up like a little biker. She had a little hat,
Oh my gosh.
Remember?
Yes, I remember.
Okay.
Peanut.
Yeah, she was cute. She would bark until, like, someone ring the bell. She would bark until she saw them, and then she would shut up and walk away. So I was like, wow, most dogs just like, bark. Somebody's at the door. They keep barking even when the person's in, but that dog just knew. She was cute as a peanut. But let's move on to some of these questions. There's a lot.
Let's.
And I'm trying to pull out, the best of the best right now. And not that all of them aren't the best. I'm just trying to keep with the flow here. So here's another question. All right. How do I declutter sentimental items passed down through generations? All right. So you can, share that.
I'm going to share what recently occurred in my husband's side. We've already, with mom, we've already went through that. But she decided that she was just going to give everybody stuff. And so her and I had a little conversation. And I told her, I said, they may not want your stuff. They may not want to pass what you think they need to pass down to another generation. You need to have a family meeting, whether it's online or in person, and ask them. Put all the stuff in the living room or wherever it is and say, do you want this? And she had pictures of from when they were in kindergarten till 12th grade in frames, and a couple of them didn't want them. And then she had their yearbooks and just trinkets that like that were her mother's mothers or her husband's fathers, and they wanted to pass it down. But they had a big disaster happen. Unfortunately, their home got hit by a Mack truck, and a lot of their heirlooms got destroyed. A lot of the family heirlooms. So they were all very emotional over everything. But after they had their family meeting, it went much better. So she gave each one of them what they wanted, and what they didn't want, she's going to sell, donate, or discard, depending on if they're damaged or not. So that's what she is going to do. So that's what I recommend doing, is have a family meeting with your siblings, with your children, if the grandchildren are involved, and say, hey, I have these items. Do you want them? You don't want them? Give them the option instead of pushing your stuff on other people, because a lot of them won't know how to say no to you. So be open about it. It's not going to be easy for you to do it, because when they say no, you may feel a little emotional, but they can always take a picture of it. They can always put it on a flash drive and keep it for later. So they're some of the things I recommend. It's not easy to have conversations with family about your family heirlooms and how you want to pass it down to generations. And I'm not talking property, that's a whole other thing. We're talking about items that have been handed down. So that's what I recommend, and that went very, very well. And in our family, it went very, very well. For those of us, some of us got our stuff ahead of time, and some of us will get it after my dad has passed. But when my mom passes, she has told us that we can have these items, and she would like us to pass it down to our children if that's what they want. And if they don't want it, then we're going to get rid of it. And that's what we need to do, instead of keeping things that our family members have to deal with later on. Like I went into a discussion about that a little while ago. So I hope that is helpful. Again, if you have any questions or you're going through something that we can support you with, I'll be more than happy to help you in that aspect, and so won't Marlena. But go ahead, Marlena.
So this one will kind of go right along with all that. What's the best way to declutter a home before selling it, putting it on the market?
Okay. The first thing you do is you have to get rid of all your personal items. You have to get them out of the home, in the basement. You got to, what I usually normally do is say, you get it packed. If you're not donating it, selling it, whatever you're going to do, you need to get it packed away. I'm talking personal pictures, personal items, knickknacks. You got china cabinets, you need to empty them out. Otherwise, I'm going to tell you from experience, all the buyers do is look at your pictures. All they do is look at your knickknacks. Or you get some of them that walk in and there's clutter all over the place, and they can't envision living there, and they walk out. You have to clean it all off, your counters, everything. Not even a toaster, not even a coffee pot should be on your counter when you're selling a home. It should be free of everything except maybe a really nice vase or something like that. Get rid of all the flower arrangements on your counter. Get rid of all those knickknacks that are on your counter and on your stove. And it needs to be free, because when a buyer goes in the home, they need to see and envision their things in that home. The emotional connection is what they need in order to purchase your home. There are some people who are logical, like my husband, but that's like 5% out of 100% of the people. They have an emotional connection. It could be the exterior of your home. You need to free that all of clutter. Your landscaping needs to be to par and all that. But the interior of your home needs to be free of clutter. The bathrooms, everything out of the shower, everything off the counters, everything, folks, everything. It needs to be free of clutter, because they need to have that connection where they can see their things on that counter and on that wall and in that space. And that's how your home gets sold for a higher price and in a shorter period of time. I hope that helps.
Yeah, that's something that you really know a lot about. So
Yes, that's where I got my staging
yeah, so
license
people
and my
listen
and
to
my
that.
organization license.
Very important. So I know myself, when I moved in here, it was already fully furnished. Okay.
Oh, wow.
All
Yeah.
right. And they used to rent it out to snowbirds. So when I came in here, there was everything you would possibly need and then some. So I had 4 microwaves,
Oh,
all right, 4 toasters, 4 coffee makers, all the silverware you need. Um, they had a refrigerator in here. All right. So I said, all right, I can have a taxi come get me, go get some stuff and put it in the fridge for a while. Because it was going to take about 14 days for my stuff to
oh
get
my
here. Okay. And I'm looking at all this crap, I'll call it, saying this is from the 70s. Okay. The chairs were well set in. You could see the dents and the dirt. And I was very strong back then. And I opened the front door. Thankfully, it's extra wide. And I began pushing the stuff out the door. And I went on, Facebook and Craigslist, and I went free, free. And my neighbors were saying, what is going on across the street? I'm not going to say what they thought moved in here, but that's okay. And then they realized, oh, I see. She's pushing out old chairs, beds, all kinds of stuff was going out the door.
Oh my God.
Sets, coffee makers, just take it, please. So people were coming and going. I had a family that came back 4 times. They were like, oh, do you have another microwave? I'm like, take them all. I don't care. Mine's coming, brand new. So when my stuff got here, I was like, okay. The guy it was all in bins from the floor to the ceiling. He put my bins up, and I'm like, how do I get to the top bin, and get that stuff down? Don't you know he put the heaviest stuff on top? And
Of course.
the dishes were up there. I'm like, well, I can't just knock them over with a broom. I have to get a ladder. So I had to borrow a ladder and go up there and get my stuff. I'm like,
Wow.
this is funny. So I got all the bins emptied, and I put all the stuff away, gave more stuff away. All right. I had enough stuff of my own. All right. And when people it was funny because my old house was always people showing up and dropping crap off, and we would try and get rid of it. And the more my daughter and I gave it away, the more stuff would show up, and we just started laughing. We couldn't, outgive God. We kept saying, you can't outgive him. He keeps giving. The more we give, the more he keeps sending. So we're like, okay, send it out. Free garage sales, lawn sales, whatever. We were just getting rid of it. Same thing here. And I yelled one night because stuff started coming here. I said, hey, universe, stop it. I do not want to do that job anymore. Send it to someone else. I don't know who got the job, but thank you. And then I started giving things away. So people would come, do you have, a flashlight? Yes, I got 5 of them. Here you go. Do you have this? Do you have that? Yes. All right. So I'm giving things away constantly, Coach City. And I'm like, all right, I don't need to restock on that. Thank you. The funny thing was when we went through, the last 2 years and people couldn't have face masks or gloves or stuff for your hands. I had it all here. And I'm saying to my neighbor, you have to go to work. Here's some of this for your hands. Here's some masks. And she's
Mm-hmm.
like, wow. And I'm like, yep, spray your car, all that stuff. My one neighbor was out in their yard spraying her shoes from, when she went to work and stuff. And I'm like, if I didn't have that stuff here, I couldn't help people. But those were necessities. Okay. I had the mask here for painting. All right.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll wear a mask. So I had a package of them. I'm like, here, everybody have a mask. You can't buy them. They're $50. Roll of toilet paper, $75.
Oh, I know.
Right. I had enough toilet paper for the neighbors if they needed it. I mean, things like that. Necessities I store. Okay. Which is a good thing. But to
Yeah.
have, to have 100 photos, hanging on the walls where you can't even see the color of the wall. That's got to go. All right. And I know that you, wanted to ask me a couple questions.
I do. So we're going to get off the clutter bus for a few minutes. And we're going to talk about feng shui. And one of the questions actually was asked several times in 3 or 4 different ways. So we're going to answer it. Should I have mirrors in my bedroom?
For me, I say no.
Okay.
Now, the mirror reflects whatever it is aiming at. Okay, so if it's just say it's aiming at something negative,
Mm-hmm.
a sad photo, all right, a toilet, a mirror outside your bathroom door facing the bathroom, all right,
Yeah.
it's reflecting, the potty. All right. Who wants that energy in their house, right? Double poop in your house, right? It got to be funny because it's true.
Oh, you're hilarious.
Yeah. So, I had a person in my life we moved into a place. I won't say who they were, but I laughed afterward. Now I understand it. Whoever lived there before loved to look at themselves, I assume. The entire bedroom of this person um, was mirrors. Okay, all the walls were mirrors. The ceiling was mirrors. If the floor could have been, it would have been 70s disco. We'd have the lights going on. But in their life, suddenly they attracted several people to date. All right. And they were looking to, have one partner for life again, right? That
Yeah.
wasn't what was happening. They were attracting all these people coming for usury,
Mm-hmm.
whatever. And they all showed up one night. It was a big fight over who's saying and what. And I'm in my room laughing. I thought it was funny. But this is what mirrors do. They double, they multiply. So if they're in your bedroom, they are going to multiply partner. Okay. So
Yeah.
if you have a mirror and you want a mirror, all right, in the bedroom, you can have one of those on your closet door on the back. So you can open the closet, look at your beautiful self, right? All right. And then close the closet. The TV is a mirror. That's another thing. No TVs should be in the bedroom. And if it is, cover it. All right. I don't care if you get a scarf, whatever, cover it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
What's the reason for that?
Well, that's a mirror.
Oh, okay.
So think about it as you're, with your partner. All right. Married, whatever. And the mirror's on you, both. And I had that experience and I can prove it's true. All right. So do you want multiple partners?
No.
No. Do you want your partner having multiple relationships?
Most people probably don't.
Thank you. I would say no. So that's a good reason not to have a mirror in your
Oh,
bed.
wow.
All right.
Hmm.
So even behind your head,
Oh, yeah.
because it's water energy as well.
Hmm.
Who wants water floating through their head at night? You're like, "Ugh," you know, and you wake up and you're all groggy. So think about where you're placing your mirrors. We'll have a class on that sometime about where to really place them in your
That
home.
would be wonderful.
Yeah. And my next wonderful question, you're putting me on the spot today.
We're going to talk the bedroom again because people are asking. And it could be a guest bedroom. I'm not sure. They want to know if it's okay to put bins of clothing underneath your bed.
It's not recommended
Okay.
because when you go to bed, the energy should be flowing peacefully, freely, and the beds with the storage drawers under them and all that looks wonderful, right?
Hmm.
But you're putting clutter under you when you're sleeping, right? I need to have my shoes and my socks under there, and Grandma Moses's, necklaces are under there, and whatever. All right, all that stuff you're sleeping on it. You're sleeping on a bag of clutter. All right, or bins of clutter. I have clients that have all their stuff from their old life, their old home, whatever it was, old apartment. They had to move in with somebody, and all they have is that bedroom.
Yeah.
So when they show me the photos, I'm like, okay. Do you need all that? No. But under the bed, you should have nothing under the bed unless I give you a remedy that needs to go under the bed. It's not clothing. It's not bins. It's not the dog Fido. Fido should not be in the bed either. Thank you. All right.
Oh, the pets should not be sleeping with you either.
No.
I figured that. Yeah.
Mhm. No. Because another thing is relationships, right? You want a relationship where your dog is on the bed? No. All right. Um, why would you want a dog in bed with you, with your partner? Huffing and puffing and jumping up and down and, fleas and fur in your bed and yuck. Anyway, that's just me. All right. But it's serious. The dog, some people's dog is their priority.
Service pet. Yes, service pet. Um,
Yeah,
it can be
service pets
common
is
piece.
a little different
Mhm.
with sickness or something like that. That's okay. But we're talking about animals, cats, dogs climbing
Mhm.
on your head, whatever. But when somebody's single and they want a partner, right? But they have a dog is big. The dog sleeps with me. The dog goes everywhere with me. All right. Well, when somebody comes over, a potential date, we'll say,
Okay.
and your dog greets them at the door, and the dog is by your side everywhere you go. And if you try to get intimate with somebody,
Mhm.
grr, the dog bites them, or you're
Yeah.
my dog has to come in with me. That guy or lady's gone.
Mhm.
All right, because your dog is your partner.
Ah.
And that's the way feng shui looks at it. All right. But under that bed, all right, look under there today. Get rid of the cobwebs. All right. Polish those legs on the bed. All right. Do you want romance? You want to, you know, blast up some, love vibrations? Look at your bedroom. We'll get into that class. That's a big class.
Sounds like it.
Yeah, like what's in your home and what is your home saying to you? All right, we have talked about that. We're going to do that again down the road here
Yeah.
about home and your life and your mind. What is happening in your head space and your heart space is going on in your home
Mhm.
because you are marinating in that energy. and we're all home more often now. All right. So let's organize what's in our head and our hearts and get that straight. What do I want in my life? Right? What do I really desire to have in my life right now at this moment? I'm not waiting for a New Year's resolution. I'm talking about a solution that starts today. All right. And, you know, I would love for Coach Cindy to share with all of us, because I'm interested as well in her support in my life as well. And I support her in her life. What she would like to offer us today, I know it's something awesome.
Well, as far as a gift or something for sale, is that what you're?
Yeah, I know that people would love to get some support here.
Yeah. If you do need support, please private message me or put in the comments, yes, just put in yes, and I'll private message you a link where we can have a discussion and go from there. And I also give you a free, beautiful planner guide to get you started. But that's what I'm offering right now. I do have an upcoming event, and I asked everybody in our free groups and in our paid groups. I put a poll out there. And right now, and I'm going to leave it up until tomorrow, self care or declutter. So they both encompass one another, but they're neck and neck. In the self care Sass community, most of the people want a declutter workshop. In my other communities, it's neck and neck. So tomorrow is the day. And if it is neck and neck, meaning it's 50-50 or whatever it is, I'm going to flip a coin. And that's how I'm going to decide. But right now, it looks like we're going to have a declutter your home workshop or challenge. It's going to have to be a challenge because a workshop is a lot more, just a lot less people in it. And so we can do that on a different basis where we're sharing our homes and that. So a lot of people feel, what's the word I want to use? They don't want to share their home. I'm just going to say that. So it has to be more compacted, less people. In my private groups, we've done it, and they have had tremendous transformations in their whole well-being. And I personally have had mine. When I decluttered and simplified my life changed. Good started coming into my life. Good people, places, and things, opportunities that I can't. I'm so blessed and humbled that I have had those opportunities come toward me. And so I am letting you all know that when you simplify and declutter, the mental clutter, your heart, soul clutter, and your home clutter, your life will change for the better. I can promise you that. The more clutter you have in your life and what you think of yourself up here and what you think here, it exudes out. And when you're putting out bad energy, you're going to attract bad energy. For example, alcoholics. They don't hang around with people that aren't alcoholics. It's very rare. It's very rare, unless it's your AA sponsor. Gamblers, shopaholics, they all hang around with people who shop. Drama queens and kings, they don't hang around people that have simple lives. They hang around with drama kings and queens. People that are judgmental. They all hang around with people that are judgmental, people that are negative. They all hang around with negative people. And I don't have time for that. I do not have time for any of that shit in my life. This is self-care sass, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm sassy and I tell it like it is. I don't have time for it in my life. The people, places, and things that are in my life are good. And the ones that aren't, you're getting the hell out. Because I don't have time for you. And neither do the people that I have in my life, personal wise and business wise and otherwise. So, on that note, Marlena, I know that you have something that's truly amazing. And I'll put a link in the comments that you wanted to share with us today, that you're making a special offer. So I wanted to share that. So I'll put the link and you can tell us a little bit about it.
Yeah. So what I, put together for everyone is a workbook called Blessed Beyond Measure. Think about that for a minute. Blessed Beyond Measure. Okay. For people that don't know, I am a manifester, right? And I'm a master at it. All right. And everyone else doesn't realize that they are master manifestors. They are manifesting exactly what they see in their life, whether they like it or not. All right, sassy number 2, I am. All right, Coach Cindy.
Might not be as sassy as I am, but in a different way you are.
One, like thing 1 and thing 2. All right, so Blessed Beyond Measure is a workbook that I will be taking you step by step through a process to manifest your dreams and your goals into reality. How simple it is going to be. All right. We're going to be doing a daily practice together. All right. And what I do suggest is before you begin this workbook with me, get yourself a notebook and a pen. You're really going to have to work with writing it down physically. All right. It works better doing it that way than typing it in. And you can't use AI to do this for you. It must be you.
Can't use robots?
No robots. No Jetsons. All right. But yeah, so this is how I really manifested a lot of abundance in my life. And hundreds of my clients have used this workbook and my other processes. And they have manifested dream houses, free cars, vacations beyond belief, and things like that. I have had my phone ring all of a sudden when I was doing this, and I got invited to join people at this 5-star hotel. They were going to, seminars or classes, and I'm like, good for you. I'm going there. All right. So while you're at school, I'm going out on the town here and enjoying myself. Yeah, lots of fun. So if you want more fun in your life, this is what you want to be. You want to be blessed beyond measure, which goes along with this organization and decluttering. So we want to declutter your mind, right? Your subconscious mind holds all these negative beliefs. Where'd you get them from? All right. Your family, experiences you had, right? So in this workbook, we're going to be overriding all that. I'm not going to sit there for hours on a recording and do clearings, right? I'm going to work with you step by step throughout this process, where you are going to see how easy it is to override those negative beliefs that are stopping you from getting that new job, that new home, the new car, the new man or new woman. Okay. Whatever it is that your goal is. All right. Even losing weight, gaining weight. All right. Getting rid of your clutter, whatever it is. This assignment here, I'm like the school teacher, I'll say, and we're going on an assignment together for the rest of our lives. All right. This thing is worth $1 zillion. I can't even put an amount on it. It's very powerful. All right. If you want to be blessed beyond measure, this is the tool you're going to use today. You need to take action. Right? I can sit there all day and say, gee, I want to go on a beautiful cruise next year.
Yeah.
Right? And sit there and wish it, dream it, hope it happens. Right? And say, how come they got to go and I didn't get to go? Well, let's stop all that. And let's start showing ourselves that this stuff works when you work it.
Mm-hmm.
Right? If I don't walk, all right, and I wonder why my legs hurt and my hips are growing, and I wish I would lose the hips, that's my fault for sitting there doing nothing but complaining about the problem. Let's forget the problem and dive in for the solution.
I love it.
Yeah. So whatever you're dealing with right now, we're here to support you. Whether it be in a group setting like this or a personal, one-on-one session, we're both here. All right. And we'll come together like this a lot. All right. And in a podcast now and then. Yeah. So this is powerful. People that are listening right now, you are in a powerful position. You have a choice to make today. What's that choice going to be? To die in your clutter or to live in your dream life? That's what I would share.
I prefer to live in my dream life so I can be, do, and have everything I want.
Me too.
I want my time.
Yeah.
I want to retire on the beach. There are a lot of things I want, but I have to work at them. You just can't say, oh, they're going to magically appear, because they're not. They're not. Everything takes work. Nothing comes easily. And for those who it does, look how their lives turn out. 9 out of 10. For example, people win the lottery. Do you know in less than 2 years they're broke? That's true. That's so true. So you have to work at what you want, but you have to take care of you first. You have to come first. You have to come first before your spouse, before your partner, before your mom, before your dad, before your grandkids, before your pets. You have to get fed first with goodness before you can serve others in the best way. Serve your partner, serve your spouse, serve your kids, grandkids, foster kids, pets, whoever it is in your life that you want to serve. Enabling them isn't going to do it, folks. An enabler attracts enablers. They need to do it for themselves first as well, so they can go on and serve in the best way. But they get their guidance from you and me and we. And that's from a little child to a grown-up human being. And that's what I have to say about that. I am so humbled and grateful that all of you are listening in today, and those of you listening to the replay. Marlena has a special offer. I put the link in there. My special offer is write the word yes, and you and I will have a discussion. I do have an upcoming event. I will announce that, I would say Monday, because I'm going to make a decision tomorrow what we're going to do, and we're going to go from there. And then I do have some upcoming special announcements that I'm going to make, and they will be shortly, not next year or whatever. It's going to be shortly, and they're all good. They're all good. So like I end every discussion or anything I do, I want you to all take a pause for a minute. If you're driving, keep driving. If you're operating machinery and you're at work listening in, I don't want you to stop doing that, because all you have to do is breathe. If you're by yourself, I want you to say this out loud. I want you all to take a deep breath in and breathe in calm, peace, and joy, and breathe out overwhelm, stress, and anxiety. Again, take a deep breath in, and let's all breathe in calm, peace, and joy, and breathe out overwhelm, stress, and anxiety. Namaste. Have a great one, and we'll be talking to you soon. Bye now.